and welcome guys, welcome back to our XCOM 2 War the Chosen series. This is DuMa and this is Operation Flying Moon. We have to neutralize a target, which is one of those of the Dark VIPs. We get a difficult mission with some supplies and intel up for grabs with the Hunt Trap, which means we also have to face a few psionic enemies, and I'm guessing it's probably the Venators. Yeah, we have Venators, Sectopod, Heavy Assault, Elite, Duelist, Salted Dude, Armored Viper. Yes, I think it's the Venator pod, most probably. Because here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 enemies. But the only psionic enemy I see here is the Venator. Right? So if we have 12 enemies, among them a Venator, what if we have like a pod with just Venators? Like 3 Venators? Is that possible? Because I don't think they would just place like a single Venator as the hunt pod, right? I never saw Venators alone. I don't remember, at least. That'll be a problem. Well, oh, sorry about that. I placed the Serpent Suit on Manny, and the Icarus Armor on Ace. Ace can shoot twice, maybe 3 times with the hair trigger from the Disruptor Rifle, so he will, like, take better advantage of the Icarus armor, because he can reposition better and then he can shoot like a lot of times. He can probably, with the Disruptor Rifle and the Blue Screams, he can probably one-shot the Venators, because I think it's a guaranteed crit, right? Let me see his abilities. Let's see if I can take something. Not really. Maybe I could use Shake It Off to like improve his resistance to stuns if the Venators manage to stun him. I think I'll take it. Let's see the others. I don't remember Raz's skills. Oh, this is good actually for him, because when I set up it's only movement, so maybe after I move this will trigger into an Overwatch shot. Maybe this is really good also. This is basically like a kill zone for him that has a really good aim. Those two are actually really good for him, but I actually like tempted to test this one first if it works, because it does make a lot of sense if it works, right? Yeah, I think I'll take this one. It might be good. Let's see, Manny. I don't remember if he has something to buy. No, not really. Let's see, Toxin. He has a few things. Lightning Reflexes is good, because sometimes he can evade Overwatches. This is nice. This is also nice. Reflex is good. Can give him an extra action. I'm tempted on like having lightning reflexes for him, because sometimes I do need to like This is also good. Because sometimes I do need to like move under an overwatch or a reaction fire of some sort. This is really good. Rupture is really nice. Relocation is actually pretty good as well. 14 points. But I think aside from that, we're pretty much okay. Let's keep some points in case we need it, right? So yeah, I think we're good. Let's do this.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position to drop.
So let's do this. I'll be right back. Okay guys, let's do this. Here we are. I like to like play on those city center missions because they always remind me of Gatecrasher. How everything began, right?
We're operating in the shadows.
Okay, it seems we're not facing too much lag, which is awesome. But I'm kind of worried that we are on the low ground here. So maybe if we like move Toxin a little bit, just so we can get a better view of the situation.
Anthrax, it does a body bad.
Okay, we're safe. So do we have like a full cover to move? Maybe a grapple here? Okay, we're not seeing anything out of the ordinary. This is probably a situation where I want to put like place Razoreth around here so he can have a good vision of this area. There's probably enemies here. I will keep Toxin here overwatching and I'll move the others.
Even if you wanted to.
Headed there now.
Lysandra. Razoreth can probably, for now, stay here.
Affirmative, sir.
Ace.
Confirmed.
Parkman suit is sick, dude.
That's affirmative.
Ratchman there. Manny here as well.
Yes, sir.
And let's overwatch everyone. We don't need to rush, we have time. And also the time won't tick unless we reveal. So let's overwatch everyone.
I'll take your lead, sir.
Okay, we're good for now. Let's use Ratchman. He has decreased detection radius because of the SMG. So let's use him to scout a little bit for us. Place him in the full cover. He doesn't see anything just yet. Nothing, huh? I'm kind of worrying that we have something here. Let's overwatch. Maybe we use some of these guys, like maybe Razoreth here on the full cover.
On it.
Yeah, he does see something.
Target spotted.
Okay, we didn't reveal, which is good. We have a really good shot. We could probably even like move here and set up for now, just so we have the
I'm on it.
squad site. Ace can move here. Toxin can probably move towards the rest. Maybe here. Manning can grab this position as well. Alessandra can probably...
Moving out.
And then we overwatch everyone again, right?
I'll try to next overwatch.
Oh, there they are. Okay, they're moving. Okay. This is a situation where who has, like, Manny has the freezing effect, right? We don't have explosives. We do have, but with Ratchman, right? No, we have the shredding. Is this a situation where we want to, like, wait even more? Another turn, maybe?
Heading to that
Bring him back here. Bring, like, position our guys, like, for a good Overwatch trap, maybe? Maybe that's the play?
Heading there now.
Have Toxin, like, here.
The first sample is free.
And Raz has the setup. It doesn't matter where Ace is, but for now I think I'm going to place him here because he has the Icarus jump if he needs to. Let's overwatch all. Let's see if the Venators come closer. Okay, they're going away. Maybe we can focus this group and ignore the Venators for now. Yeah, they're coming up. That's good. That's actually good for us. I don't want to fight them along with the Venators. And I think they broke the they managed to broke the stairs there. That's actually pretty funny. But now we can't just attack this guy because he can bull rush us, right? So my question here is, can Raz grapple somewhere and not reveal? I don't think so. Maybe we reveal with someone else and then we grapple and shoot, right? Grapple here. That can probably work. We could start with a grenade to shred some armor. But then I would sacrifice Ace's turn, and it's not really worth it. We could start with this as well. This would actually be really good. Yeah, I think I'm going to start with this. Maybe we even destroy that, no, it's not explosive, but this is a really good, shredder gun. Yeah, let's do this.
Back off.
We'll destroy a lot of stuff. A lot of armor shredded.
Cover's blown.
Yeah, the Berserker will get the Bull Rush no matter what, right? Kinda sucks. Oh, he doesn't. Okay. That's fine. We do trigger the Overwatch if we move. But we have a few shots here. We could shoot with Toxin here. Shoot that guy. Where's Manny? Manny could even freeze. Can we freeze this? Of course I missed. Oh well. 69. The Thunder can probably shoot this. 89%. It's not that bad. And I'm kind of tempted on shooting with Ace or Toxin. Ace can probably even kill the mech outright, right? Yep. Mech's dead. Not too shabby indeed. Now we don't have overwatches to worry about. Raz can just grapple there. He probably won't review anything else because... yeah, as I thought, we are in a good position here. This is guaranteed. So, the only thing I have to worry about now is the bull rush, right? It has a lot of mobility. I could target the Viper as well, which is tempting. Maybe this is a situation where I want Ratchman to... oh, Ratchman is out of actions, right? Because I started with the Shredder. Yeah, I think this is a situation where I kind of don't want to, like... I think it already triggered the bull rush because it showed it literally showed that it was bull rushing, right? At least I hope so. So I'll move Many here.
We're not getting any closer, Commander.
And I'll Shane shot this. Please hit. Please hit. Yes. Second shot. Very nice. Yes, it doesn't have the bull rush anymore. Very nice. Which means, basically, that I think Razoreth can kill it, right? Yep, I think it's a kill. Very nice.
That's a kill.
That's a kill indeed. Ace can shoot this. We have also Toxin. We have 3 shots against it. It dodged. Hair trigger, fuck you very much. I missed. Come on, game.
I don't think you want those supplies.
Come on, game.
They're not ready yet.
Come on now. Hair trigger.
Did you see that one?
Maybe an Overwatch? If the Venators decide to come back.
Come get some.
I have a hack here.
System
Let's see.
infiltration in progress.
Let's see what we have. Let's get this, she will be immune to the next 2 attacks. This is really good. And it's guaranteed even. So she will be immune to the next 2 attacks that she suffers. So I can literally use her to some extent as a Mimic Beacon for 2 attacks. That should be useful. So I will not Overwatch with her. I think I'll hook her down.
Holding position.
Because if the Venators decide to come and she hits an Overwatch, she will not kill the Venator and they can split. Okay, but they didn't come. Okay. So, as she has the immunity, why don't we use her to scout? Right?
On your order.
Yeah, she's triggering the Venators for sure. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's just because it was the civilians. Okay. So, this is probably a situation where I want to move Raz, but I think I still have some shots if the Venators show up, like, around here. So instead, I'll just, like, set up. Oh, I am already set up, right? So, I'll just Overwatch.
Let's do it.
I'll probably have Ratchman go here.
Here I come.
Toxin will go here and reload.
Your resource pile has grown small, General. I don't think you have enough to stop my next attack. Excellent.
Think I will reload here. And I'll once again hunker down. Ace can move in Overwatch. Because if he hits, he can probably kill a Venator. So Overwatch. And hunker down. Okay, they're playing like hard to get. Don't know if I like that, but I mean. So Alessandra,
I'm on it.
my living mimic beacon. Still no trigger, huh?
Acknowledged. Taking position.
Let's advance then. I'm kind of afraid of placing Ace here because we'll probably trigger whatever is like up there. So I will not. I'll just move Ace like here.
Whatever you say.
Ratchman.
Already.
I'll have. It's probably okay to place Toxin here. He'll be in the open, but it doesn't really matter. Ace can. Actually, I will not Overwatch this turn.
Covering.
Hunker down. Still have a few turns to spare, so let's play cautiously.
Time to brew another batch.
Yes, sir.
Hunker down.
Maintaining position.
Keep your heads down.
Hostiles are moving.
I'd rather not fight the Venators. Okay, they're there. They're literally like hugging each other, and it's so fucking dumb. Okay, we need to fight with them. We don't have a choice. So let's position ourselves in a way that we can climb there. I'm kind of afraid there is another pod about here. Because we didn't see the sectopod, right? We don't have ladders for here, so this is probably a situation where I want to grapple, see what's going on, and maybe returning. You see? Oh, there they are. Venators and Pathfinders. Okay. So Manny, why don't you say hello for them? Let's say hello. Hi guys.
Target identity confirmed.
How are you guys?
Rather
Hope you're doing fine. There are our Venators. Oh, one of them is shooting, huh? Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to play super bold with Ace here. I'm going to play like super bold with Ace here. So, okay, bear with me on this one. Icarus jump. I can probably target like everyone from here. So I will do that. Are we triggering something else?
Stay down here. Advent forces on the ground.
Yeah, we're triggering something else.
Taking heavy fire.
Fuck you. Salatin and a trooper. Okay, we can deal with that. So as I said, I'm going to flare everything here. Probably just the Venators, right? Because they're like the primary targets. I'll flare them. Not for Ace, but for the others. And now, Ace will start to clean house here. I am going to focus the Venators. Let's see how much I can do against these guys. 15. I can probably still kill it. Still have a Venator here. So Oh, they can panic, right? Or are they immune? Because I remember that I could panic codexes. I'm just not sure about Venators though. What if we just freeze one of them, if we can? There's Ratchman. Ratchman, my boy, I have a work for you. Can you flame those guys for me? Well, not the two of them, but at least one of them you can. Maybe even kill if you're lucky enough.
They won't last long.
8 damage. Yeah, he's dead because of the burning. Right? Is he burning? I think he's just disorientated. I don't think he's burning. Which kind of sucks. We could ref this and then shoot him in the face. This is not a bad chance at all.
Perhaps I shouldn't have gotten my degree from Mail Order College.
Wait, what? Can the grapple fail? I thought that the way it worked, it's you always grapple, but you don't necessarily hit the attack, right? I never actually saw this failing. This is interesting. I'm not sure if I like it, but I mean... Could probably have a free attack against someone as well. Yeah, but it's not worth it. I think I'll just kill this guy. It's a guaranteed kill, might as well take it. So this is a voiceover because I lost my recording. So I'll be like, I'll do some voiceover on these parts just so I can explain my my thoughts here. Here I was, I thought about freezing one of the Venators, and I managed to do it because I thought that Venators, I knew that Venators don't split when they are frozen, so this is why I did it. And here I'm actually studying with Ace to see if he was like able to shoot the Venator down, but he didn't have enough damage. So I'm just checking if it's more worth it to like kill the Venator that's already half dead, or to actually damage the other one. And I'm thinking because on this specific part I was actually discussing with myself, hey, is it worth it to shoot the other one, or is it worth it to just kill the other one that's half dead? Because with the half-life, when it explodes, the frozen one won't split, but the other one will. So this is the my line of thinking here. And I was actually trying to see if the Venator would be frozen for 2 turns, for like the 1 turn and then come after the another. So turns out he would, but the information wouldn't say. Neither the information of the F1. So this is why I'm taking like so much time studying this turn. Then I'm considering like options with Manny here. Then I decided to move and go for the Exalted Pathfinder.
Aye, sir.
Then I had like a pistol shot because I have had an extra action next turn, this turn, because I took a shot from the Venator. So his ability triggered, and now he has 3 actions. So I spent 1 action to shoot with the pistol in his face. He dodged, Now I take the explosive action. I'm considering shooting, but I take the explosive action so I can shoot with the pistol 2 more times. One, and then shoot again with the pistol because it has a higher chance of hitting. Pathfinder's dead.
It worked.
Really good action with Manny there. It's pretty funny, but Alessandra will stay here for quite some time. Down. Now I'm considering moving her, so I can move and then throw the mimic beacon. I'll just let her closer to the stairs
Moving to position.
and then throw the mimic beacon, just so the aliens can have something to shoot at. And I'm kind of afraid of the line of sight thing, so I'm just trying to like find a position where everyone will see it. I didn't want to like throw so close to many, but this was the only option. Razoraf didn't act, so I figured I'd have to grapple. So he'll grapple to the highest point, and then he'll be able to shoot someone. Can probably work on the Venator. Probably kill the Venator that was half dead. But I was also considering the other enemies. I was really tempted on going for the Venators, but then I realized that that Venator could stay frozen, so I decided to go towards the other ones. This could probably be a kill. I'm considering if it's worth to like spend the precision shot. The Celatid could also be a kill if I crit. Pathfinder 71 is not that good of a shot. Considering the trooper, but then I thought again, and maybe I could kill the trooper here, but I could also kill the Celatid if I go for it. 80% to crit on the trooper or 40% to crit on the Celatid. I decided to go for the Celatid because I judged it was more dangerous, and I chose right because I managed to kill it.
That one's out of its misery.
So Ace now has his final shot, and then I finally am like thinking about going for the Venator with less health. It will explode. It will damage the other two. One of them will split, the frozen one will not. Here I was even considering like throwing a grenade, but it wouldn't be good because I will still have like 2 Venators alive. So instead, I decided to keep with the shot and just kill the other Venator. So one of them splits, goes up there. The frozen one remains frozen. This one is teleporting in, shooting a mimic beacon. The other one is also moving. Teleporting in using the shot. They don't have a critical chance, so they can't crit no matter what. So this was good because we managed to hold off 3 actions with the mimic beacon, and the Pathfinder is by far the most dangerous of those ones. And all we have to deal with is the trooper. And he decides to go into full cover and overwatch. So we have 3 active Venators and 1 frozen. So we have 4 Venators to deal with. Here I'm considering options with Razoreth. I decided to take some health off the Venator just to make it closer to death. Then I'm deciding with Ace here. If I shoot like the Venator, it could it will kill him like instantly. But I'm kind of afraid that killing the Venator, I would explode the car as well. So I am not so sure, because a shot will be a kill. This one will also be a kill. And here I'm checking if there's someone close to the Venator. There is not. And I think Manny is in a safe distance. So I'm going to kill this one instead. It's dead.
No, that was good.
Still have one shot. And I could go for the other Venator as well, but Toxin is still there. So I kind of need to take Toxin out of there first. And I don't have range to throw grenades on the troopers. So Toxin is there. I didn't realize yet, but Toxin has lightning reflexes. I just realized that. So Toxin will break the Overwatch moving, but I'm just like choosing the location. I ended up choosing this location. I knew he would catch fire, but I also knew that Alessandra has the heals, so she can just heal him outright and remove the fire so he can act.
Heal bot coming through.
And that's what I did. So now Toxin can act again. And Alessandra doesn't have much to do. I was like super responsive with her this mission. I was always like leaving her for the last turn, because she couldn't shoot anyone. Here I'm like considering stunning the Pathfinder. I went for it. Pathfinder stun, which is great. But we triggered the sectopod pod, which is never a good thing, huh? So now I'm trying to flame, and I'm considering flaming just the trooper. I don't need to worry about the Pathfinder just yet. So here I'm even considering maybe going for the lightning stuff, but I'm kind of like unsure on what to do with Toxin here. So now I'm thinking about like maybe taking some of the health away from the Venator. I don't want to kill it, and I got the hair trigger. So here I could decide like of getting it like even more lower, or going after something else. Ultimately, I decided to go for the like worst target possible, because I wanted to like maybe try to kill it, but I missed. But I did leave him like out of cover. And now the only thing Manny can do is to move, because I need to get him away of the Codex so I can kill the Codex. Now without anyone close, I decide to shoot the Codex, and I am like terrified of the fact that the Codex still had range to hit Toxin there. Those explosions have like a lot of range. Now I'm thinking about maybe giving Toxin or else Ratchman the 8 protocol, because he has like a lot of enemies around him. The Sectopod and those 2 guys down there as well. So it's a good thing to give him 8 protocol so he is more safe. That guy takes 4 from the fire, from the acid burn, which is funny because it's the maximum proc. Venator stuns Raz and Ace, gets 2 times the feedback, and gets to 1 HP. But she can only teleport because she doesn't have HP to spare to make another clone. Venator shoots Toxin. Sectopod moves and shoots and misses because of the 8 protocol.
Incoming over here.
Now it goes for the Wraith Cannon. I was kind of worried because I didn't want it to like explode the VIP car. So first off he uses Lightning Hands, then he moves, and then the priest tries to Femfire. But it didn't get it.
Taking fire.
So now I'm thinking about taking the Venator out, but I'm kind of worried. Like I only have 1 action. The Venator kill is guaranteed, but if I explode the Venator, I would be hit by the explosion. Both Ace and Raz. So this is kind of problematic. So here I'm considering my options. And I decided to revive Raz there, so he could shoot. Alessandro is doing a lot of work in this mission.
Powering up.
Raz reloads, and now he can shoot the Sectopod if he needs to, but he can also shoot something else if I need. And here I'm thinking on killing the Venator, but again I'm considering the explosion. This is a guaranteed kill because it's a guaranteed crit chance, but I'm still not convinced because both Raz and Ace would take damage from that. So I choose to use the Icarus jump because I really wanted to kill the Sectopod. So I'm trying to shift my focus here on this towards the Sectopod and maybe ignore the Venators. I don't really need to deal with them right now. So here I'm wanting to use Many to shred the armor from the Sectopod. After that, I decide to use Ace. And I'll go with the Icarus jump, and I'm searching for a position where I can flare and shoot the Sectopod. The flare to help like the others on shooting the Sectopod, because I really want to kill the Sectopod now. Otherwise it could kill the VIP if it explodes the car. Trooper misses. So now, the Shank shot is guaranteed thanks to the flare, and it's targeted, so the 2 shots are guaranteed. So now it doesn't have armor anymore because Many literally just shredded everything, and now Ace can just shoot but now I'm considering the healing as well. And the fun thing that you guys are never going to hear is that actually I called it. I literally said, okay, Ace is going to shoot, and then he is going to get the hair trigger. And he did. I literally called it. But you guys are never going to hear that. So here with Fretchman and Toxin, I'm like facing a few options here. Because I want to go for the Venators, but I just can't target them. At least not for now. So here I decided to try to shoot the Pathfinder in the face, because Retchman had a laser sight on his SMG. If he managed to like get a crit, and maybe if we do like something like any damage to the Pathfinder, we could try to kill it. And then I realized that it would be easier if we shredded some armor. So I decided to reload and go for the acid grenade to shred some armor and apply the acid burn. Now with less armor and with the acid burn, it will be easier for Ratchman to target him and do some damage. I'm pretty much considering that that Pathfinder is dead because of the acid burn. It only has 2 life, and the acid burn will probably trigger for enough damage to kill it. I can't do much with Resurrect, so I just have to find an enemy which is worth shooting. Here I'm still considering Rass's shot, and I decided to go for precision because a crit would kill it. I didn't get the crit, so it still lives, but it's almost dead, which is also nice. Turns out I was right. The Bio Assault Trooper died. We got loot.
I've got the loot.
Venator teleports, but it chooses its position poorly, so now he will try to stun. But it will hit multiple feedbacks, and on the first feedback, because it had only 4 HP, it lost the 1 HP and died. This Venator just decided to teleport in Overwatch because they don't really try to shoot all that much.
I'm taking fire.
Duelist missing Ace. Our guys are coming back from stuns.
Breathe easy, General, for I am Dr. Glax. And I am here to refute my own toxins. You are on your way to possibly be defeating me.
So there you saw me using Toxin to break the Overwatch with lightning reflexes. So now here I realized that I could kill the heavy Bio Assault Trooper. All I need to do was to activate the explosive action. It didn't matter the Overwatch because many had shields and armor. Then I activated the explosive action, moved to the blue. Then I used the grapple behind him for the flank and the advantage shot, and shot him in the face for the kill. This was actually pretty cool because I thought this on the spot, like, oh yeah, I can do this. And I was super excited during the video, and I even like explained it better, my line of thought, because he only had one action. He had like one action to do that, and then I used the explosive action to achieve that. It was a super cool play. It's a shame that I couldn't like talk about it like in video. So here with Alessandra, I almost did like a really dumb play, but it seems I would move Ratchman first. I'm kind of worried about the duelist, and I still have the Venator to worry about. So I'm just like trying to find a place where I can place Ratchman. I decided to place him in the full cover. So I was trying to kill the Venator, right? But I thought the Venator was low enough for Alessandra to kill it, but she didn't have the damage. So this was actually a mistake on my part. But if I had hit and if it was still alive, I was confident that I could, with the remaining soldiers, kill the two Venators. With Ace, it was always guaranteed. The kill was always guaranteed. This was a guaranteed shot with Razareth, but he didn't have the crit chance to kill the duelist, so I couldn't do much. The duelist moves, goes for the full cover, overwatches, and now with Toxin, I know that I can break overwatches, so I just will use him like as a bait, and I will run towards him to break the overwatch. And I'm just deciding if I'm going to like try to move on the blue, or if I will go to the yellow just to reposition better. I ended up deciding go for the blue. Overwatch triggers, but it doesn't matter.
My toxins will get to you eventually.
And then I decided to like, if I'm here, let's just try the justice. 72%, if I hit, it's okay. I hit, get over here. You're dead.
The first sample is free.
So with many here, I'll just reposition him now. And then what happens now, I started to like move all my guys towards the extraction point before I attempted to like knock the VIP down. Standard strategy for those missions. We still have 5 turns, so might as well take all the time we can to plan this the right way.
On it.
I decided to move Ratchman close to the VIP because Ratchman has the highest mobility of them all. If there's someone who would be better like carrying the VIP, it would be Ratchman. So I take the opportunity to reload and end the turn. Get everyone on the extraction.
Ready to engage.
Reload. I want to move Raz, but the acid is kind of like being annoying, and the acid is still in the way. So I'm trying to find a path where I can avoid it. I ended up choosing this point. There's no enemies, so there's no problem on him like staying on the open. Ratchman will wait, and Toxin will move towards the extraction as well. So a new turn. We have 3 turns left. Razareth grapples. So I decided to set up here because we have 3 turns. Once we get everyone on the extraction, once we knock the VIP down, we'll have reinforcements. Even after the setup, Raz will have yellow movement, and he can make into the safe zone the extraction point with the yellow movement. So if we have to like fight with the enemies, might as well use him to, might as well have him have the squad side.
Status confirmed. Target package in custody.
But what I didn't realize is that he was like,
VIP in tow
he
here.
he wouldn't be able to like shoot and then move, right?
Here I come.
So
Do you enjoy
anyway, I would have to move him regardless.
Build more than
Now we're preparing for the reinforcement. The reinforcement goes there, which is a really good place for us. So here I took the decision of actually farming the reinforcement pod.
Finally.
So I place Ratchman on the middle here, and I will release the VIP. I'll put the VIP on the ground.
Take it easy.
And then I will take my time and reload with everyone. Once I'm fully reloaded, I will overwatch.
I will.
Fresh ammo.
At least I will be able to overwatch with Raz. He won't be able to shoot after the enemy turn because he will have to move to the extraction. But I will get the overwatch shot regardless.
Advent forces on the ground.
There they are. Those guys are kind of scary with the shields. Toxin misses. Many misses. Alessandra hits with the stun. Raz hits. Ace hits. The first heavy assault biotrooper is dead. Now I have one more action. And our guys are all in the safe zone. Saving for Raz. I have 2 shots with Toxin here. I know that I will have to move Raz, and I can't attack with him, otherwise I won't be able to extract. So I am considering that. I got the hair triggered, but unfortunately I didn't have ammo. So I tried to go for the Whiplash instead. And I missed. So I decided to just reload and accept it, that I wouldn't be able to kill with Toxin just now.
I don't want to hear about the budget.
So Alessandra here, she gets a reload.
Good to go.
I could have killed the Bio Assault Trooper with the Combat Protocol actually. But I ended up deciding to go for the normal shot with 79. I thought she could hit it. Boy, was I wrong.
It's still moving.
So Raz can't do anything. Raz has to move to the extraction. So this is what I do. Now with Ace, I have 2 shots. So I ended up decided to go with the normal shot against the Purifier because it's the only one I can target. And then with my second action, I could shoot again. But then I decided to throw the grenade. I would get rid of the cover and some of the armor. Seemed like a better idea. So now Ratchman can act. And here I'm considering teamworking Toxin. I just like had to make sure that Toxin had ammo. He had. So now I decided to teamwork Toxin. And then with my extra action, I will be able to get the VIP. Here I'm actually thinking that the carry unit is a free movement, but it's not. It just says it's free, but it's not. So I'm considering killing someone with toxin here. Probably the other heavy Biosol trooper. As I realized that the VIP thing could be free action, I decided to shoot with Rashman, which ended up killing the Purifier. Now the heavy is dead, but I can't pick the VIP. But fortunately for us, Manny is there. He didn't take any actions. He can take the VIP. And we can leave. And we're out of here.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
This is Firebrand. VIP is secure.
It was a very nice mission. Ended up okay. Ace got the MVP because he got 8 kills. So I think for the next part, for the strategy part, I'll just like, maybe I could voice over as well, I'm not sure. We'll see.
End the Elder's false vision. That is the purpose of all skirmishers. Until it is done, there can be no other path for us.
So here in this part, I'm checking the skirmisher skills. And for some reason the game wouldn't allow me to hover over those two options. It's kind of a visual glitch. Happens sometimes. So instead I decided to just continue. I tried again, but it still wouldn't work, so I just decided to continue.
Hello, Commander.
And then level him up through the armory. Combat presence is a must. It's such a strong skill. I couldn't pass it up. Retribution is also good because it's kind of a blade storm. So combat presence, and I still am considering like Retribution because we could combo Retribution with Wrath, and maybe we could Wrath in and then Retribution next turn. So this is why I'm considering Retribution right now. I'm even mentioning Wrath. So I think this is a good idea, hence why I'm taking it. And I realized that Fuel does have the fear of mutants, so eventually we'll have to get rid of that. We go for the scans, and I realized that we didn't have anything to scan. No rumors whatsoever. Which is funny and pretty rare. So as we didn't have rumors, I started searching for the region that would be like most like advantageous for us to scan. I ended up deciding to go with the Africa because it would link to South America, and we didn't have any link with South America, so it would be better for us to try and contact Africa and then South America. it would give us access to some facilities. So I decided to make contact.
Setting course for West Africa. Attempting to establish local regional contact.
Now we have the plasma blaster out of the proving grounds. And we are currently researching the advanced explosives. It wasn't a coup. Ahadi and Elena are back, and Phil is back from his wound. So I took this opportunity as a great opportunity to improve a bond. The bond available was Rex and Rust, so I took the opportunity to do so. It was a level 2 bond. And also go to the infirmary and make Phil lose that fear of mutants of his. So it was a good 2-for-1 trade. Now we can go back to the scans. Rashman is back from his wounds. We get a facility lead. Noslim and Jane are back. Now we have a new covert action. Now we have like a few bad covert actions. Not bad, but I mean nothing like really good. Like a reduce avatar project or facility lead. The chosen activity wouldn't really matter because we're planning. We could literally just go for the assassin right away because we have Oliver and Noslim ready to go, which is everything that we needed to go after the assassin. So all we need to do is like we're trying to figure out here the best, the most advantageous cover that we could do. And actually there's nothing like much better than fabricate a PCS, a superior PCS. Because we don't need Templars, we don't need Scientists, we don't need loot, because sometimes loot can be like kinda bad. The Resistance Order we'll probably not use. The other things just don't matter enough. So we need a Sergeant. Here I'm considering sending soldiers that could bond, but I don't have that much options. So instead, I was actually searching for like Polarizer and then probably a Bondmate. But then I realized I could use Mandy as the second soldier. So why not bond Claire with Mandy, right? I decided to do that. Go to the armory and bond Claire with Mandy. This is a good excuse to send Mandy on some missions. She's still a squaddie, but she could get experience really easily. Now we could go for the... I decided to not allocate the intel, so we're sending Claire and Mandy. We're confirming and returning to the scans. Riftkeeper autopsy is ready. It was a mistake. I didn't want to like research the Riftkeeper. I actually wanted to research the Gatekeeper, and I'm just taking a look if it's something, there's something worth researching. But I ended up deciding for the Gatekeeper anyway, because the Gatekeeper will grant us the improved Psyamp, the alien Psyamp. So we went for that, and then back to the scans.
But there is one thing I miss more than my lab equipment.
Keep making contact.
In my service to the elders, I am obligated to try even the most disreputable.
Her sabotation failed. Make contact with another region. So instead of keeping making contact, I decided to go for a radio relay, so I could make the costs for the other regions cost less. It would also give us more supplies once the supply drop comes. So I realized that Rex and Rust are bonded, but that we don't have anyone else to improve. Advanced explosives is on, which is great. Now our grenades have been improved. So now I'm thinking, what project could I do here? Because we don't need, like, we could argue that maybe a second like war suit could be good, but I mean, we only really need one. Otherwise, we kind of lack the item slots, right? Because it only gives us one item slot. Yes, it gives us a rocket, but I mean, so I'm actually thinking of trying again go for the experimental ammo, because it's just one core, and if it finally gives us those dragon rounds, those other type of rounds that we need, it could be good for us. So here I can improve Ace and Jane, and I'm doing it. Let's continue building the relay once we hit the next mission.
These findings will likely prove crucial to our ongoing
Gatekeeper autopsy is done. Now we have the alien Psyamp ready for building.
Unusual appearance is somehow directly connected to its notable psionic aptitude. The aliens
Now I think the best project is the Sectopod because of the Gremlin Mark III. So we go for that one. Phil is back. And we have our Guerrilla Ops. This will give us an engineer and will counter return fire. This will give us supplies and counter a hidden event with the Lost and the Hunt. And this will give us intel and also will counter Wild Hunt, but we don't really care about Wild Hunt. So here we have to review the Dark event to see. So it's Midnight Raids, it's a like meh Dark event, really weak. So the only option that we have actually is to counter the Return Fire one, which has the Lost and the Hunt and will give us supplies. Or actually not, this one, which gives us Engineer. It counters Return Fire and will give us an Engineer. We have a Rift Keeper Mark II, a Venator, and all that fun stuff. But before that, we decided to go for the Stronghold. So yup, next episode we're going to kill the Assassin. So here I was thinking about the team to send up. And I decided to I was considering only giving soldiers like low leveled, but here I was considering maybe taking Alanis and Jill as like the safety measure. They have shared actions. The bond level 3 is like really strong. So I was actually considering sending more like strong soldiers. So I ended up deciding to go with Joe and Alanis. Anyway, because the two are really strong and they can pretty much guarantee the success of this mission. So we'll have the two. Then we'll have Oliver. And then Noslim. And for the final two, I just remembered that the assassin is vulnerable to explosions. So this might be a good idea to take a Rocketeer. And if we're taking a Rocketeer and we need to level up our Rocketeers, why not get Rex and his bondmate Rust, that can also shred armor and also can carry explosives, right? And he's a tank, which makes this mission like a bit easier. So now for the equipment, the separate armor looks better on Joe. Here I was considering even giving her like the disruptor rifle, because I haven't like realized that I had an infantry on the team. So I was considering giving her the disruptor rifle. Axis and Talon rounds as the classic. But then I just realized that I had Oliver on the team. When I was actually thinking about Alanis' weapon, I just realized it would be better for her to have her rifle with the superior laser sight, because it's easier for her to crit, and it's better than the improvements that the disruptor rifle has. With Alanis, we can take that other rifle that has the advanced like everything, and we can improve the rifle with a better scope if we have. So as Alanis is usually the support, so she will have the med kits and the mimic beacon. Oliver will have the Icarus to reposition and the disruptor rifle. Here I was actually in doubt like between the Talon and the Shadow Keeper, but I ended up like deciding to go with the Talon because it's stronger. So I was actually thinking about a nanoscale vest, but I just realized that he has the Eagle's armor. He doesn't really need the extra mobility. So instead we went with the blue screams and something to shred armor with, maybe. So I was actually considering options, and I ended up like going for a armor shredding grenade. I just realized that I needed some extra shredding. And then with Noslim here, we'll get his strong rifle. And now with Noslim, yes, the nanoscale vest, the ultralight vest, so he can get the extra mobility. His rifle looks really cool. With Rex, you get the war suit, so he can have even more options. Here I'm giving him the Boltcaster because Rex is all about explosives. He will rarely shoot, and if he needs to shoot, the Boltcaster will actually be strong for him. So here I'm actually considering like the heavy weapon situation. He has a few options. I decided to go with the Shredder because it can shred some armor and damage a lot of enemies. So with his final item, I decided to go with maybe something to help him, like ultralight for the mobility. Help him like reposition better. And then with Rust, first thing I'm going to check is the weapon. I was actually seeing if the Plasma Blaster would shred some armor, but it would seem that the Plasma Blaster has armor pierce, so it doesn't really matter. So now we take his weapon, and then we give him the Tracer so he can have an easier time trying to hit stuff. Now for some weapon upgrades. There's nothing Rust could really use here. But I can improve like Alanis' rifle, because I do have a superior scope. So that's what I went for. I was actually trying to find like an autoloader or something. Then I went for Jill and I realized she had an advanced expanded mag. Why not give her a repeater to add even more damage? Superior repeater plus 3 critical damage. So this makes Jill like a monster with the crits, because she was getting those like crazy 20 plus damage crits without the repeater. Now with the repeater, she can get some crazy damage out. She can really do that. So that's pretty much about it. Guys, sorry for this voiceover. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment on the comment section below if you have something to say. Also leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Next time we're going to face the assassin. This is DuMa. I'm signing out. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.